Does anybody here know what it means to have an overdeveloped claim? If you've heard of overdeveloped claims before, I know y'all have heard of fully developed claims, some of you. And the topic for tonight is how the VA uses claim overdevelopment to deny veterans disability benefits. Let's talk about it. And this is the topic for tonight. All right. Does anybody here know what it means to have an overdeveloped claim? If you've heard of overdeveloped claims before, I know y'all have heard of fully developed claims, some of you. I got it, but I got to get over, sister. I've been so busy, I ain't got to it. So I'm so sorry. So I'll have time between 9 and Thursday to go over. I've been busy. Sorry for keep making that promise. Now, if you've heard of overdeveloped claims before, put a thumbs up or a Y or a yes in the chat. If you haven't heard of it, put a thumbs down or a no in the chat. Let us know if you've heard of overdeveloped claims. So we're going to talk about unnecessary steps to VA claims process. Right. So we got our brother MG Smith say, no, haven't heard of it. Let us know. Love have just arrived. So let us know in the chat if y'all have heard of overdeveloped claims. If you have, put a yes or a thumbs up in the chat. If you have not, put a thumbs down or a no in the chat. Charleston haven't heard it. That's why we here, family. See, the H-Town Vet is going to bring you the information that you need, that what's going on. We got to speak the language when we're fighting the VA. You can't fight the VA if you don't use the right word. It's like going to the courthouse. Okay, we're gonna get to Scott. We'll get to your information later. Betty has heard of it. Scott has heard of it. We're gonna stay on topic for now for the people that are watching recorded. So thank you. Let's get to it. So what we're gonna be covering is fully developed claims, overdeveloped claims, and under evaluations and denials as a result of overdeveloped claims. So let's get to it. Now, first we're going to talk about fully developed claims, what our brother was talking about earlier, a few minutes ago. Brother Scott in Isis World, a fully developed claim is a streamlined process for filing disability compensation and survivor benefits. You can also use it on a pension, survivor benefits claims, where the veteran provides all necessary evidence at the outset. So you come into the table with everything ready for them to make a decision on your claim. Okay, that's a fully developed claim. Now let us continue, family. Let's talk about it. All right. Now, when you're dealing with a fully developed claim, you know the H-Town came up with this formula. You got to focus on what you're claiming, all right? And you need to have evidence to say it's connected to your military service, all right? Then you have to have VA law that backs up your evidence, and then you have to put in the proper request, all right? Our sister say we got 9 likes and 12 watching. Keep them up, family. Keep it up. Now, love saying hi to everybody. Okay, let us continue. Now, so when it comes to, as we always said, we go back to first thing you need is a diagnosis. And the only way you're going to get diagnosis is that you feel like that you have a problem, an injury that's bothering you, or you're notified by medical staff of some tests that show some irregularities that you have some type of health condition. Let me get my face back up on the screen. Now, then you need a nexus that connects that injury to your injury or condition to your military service. That's called a nexus. Then we have to go into the severity level. Once you've accomplished the first two, the diagnosis and the nexus, the VA will determine the severity level based on the evidence and evaluations. How does the injury affect your ability to work? And that will be based on clinical evidence, the severity level. Now, family, we're going to start with an ankle injury, all right? So let's say you have an ankle injury that's bothering you, and that ankle injury has been bothering you for a while since your military service. First thing you need is a diagnosis that you have an ankle injury. You can get that from the VA hospital. You can get that from an outside practitioner. You can get that. Sometimes you be in a CMP exam for one thing, and then you end up getting, they say, oh, you got an ankle injury too. In addition to your foot injury or your knee injury, we've noticed that you have an ankle injury, and you may get diagnosed for that also. That could happen at a CMP exam or the regular exam with your doctor. You need a diagnosis. Then you need evidence. You need evidence. What kind of evidence do you need? Once you got the evidence that it is connected to your military service. And as we know, one of the first places that I say you should start when it comes to finding in-service evidence of your condition is your MOS or your military occupational specialty. So let's say this individual was a paratrooper. All right, that's good. Y'all doing real good in the chat. Nothing wrong with communicating with each other, but I appreciate y'all for staying on task. It's good to say hello and everything. Now, the injury could have happened during a certain incident. It may not just be in your medical records, in-service medical records. It might also be in your personnel file because it's related to your MOS, your job in the military. So it may happen one day. You may have had to go to medical. You may have to go to the hospital on base, or you may went to one off base also. Get that evidence of that ankle injury. Now, then you need to organize your evidence because it's no good. Y'all doing good on the likes. As you come into the room, make sure you smash that like button. Get your evidence organized. The greatest weapon used against veterans is disorganization. Not knowing what to file, not having the right evidence to match your disability that you're claiming. Yes, that's very important. Then once you got that evidence, connect that injury based on evidence that it happened in the military to your military service. Based on the evidence, you connect it. That's where service connection comes from. Then you need to know what you want to do. So ankle injury is either 10% or it's a 20% rating. If you're already 10%, you're filing for an increase. And you say, well, I already got my diagnosis for it. So I'm already 10%. So you know they already service connected, got a diagnosis for it, and already got service connection because it shows it happened in my military. Now I'm just seeking increased severity. All right, because you're saying the condition has gotten worse. Now, this is what brother was saying. Scott in Isaac's world was saying that they got an independent, I'm assuming independent medical examination and had all the evidence together, and they had what you call a fully developed claim. So the VA don't have to send them to no second exam because they already have one completed. And if it's completed properly, the VA should accept it. That's what we're going to be talking about tonight. Okay, we're going to get to your question, yours and Brother Charleston. We'll get to your question in a little, yours and our Brother Isis in a minute, Scott in a minute. Now, with the ankle injury, if you're going to do it independently, you're going to have a public DBQ, they call it. You know, you print it off and you take it to the doctor and they evaluate you. In this case, their ankle, and they have to, answer the question. So as long as they say, are you the healthcare provider? Say no, if it's an outside doctor. If the veteran regularly sees you, if they do, say yes. If only saw you one time, say no, just that one time. Say no. Was the veteran examined in person? I would suggest you do it in person. Now, here's the catcher. When you have a fully developed claim, you better make sure that the doctor that's doing the independent evaluation or otherwise known as the public DBQ, you better make sure that they're seeing your whole claim file the same way a CMP examiner would that's hired by the VA. So you need to make sure they see the same thing, because they're going to say they didn't see the whole claim file, so it's not fully developed. Am I making sense? He says it's time to believe my claim is overdeveloped. We're going to see, we're going to explain, we're going to get to the definition of overdeveloped in a minute, and we'll see if you still feel that way. Now, always make sure it's not fully developed if the examiner did not sign it and put all their credentials, contact informations, license, and everything in there. If it's no signature, it's not fully developed. Did you hear me? If they can't contact the doctor that did the exam, it's not fully developed. You got some YouTubers out here setting people up, giving them Nexus letters, giving them exams, but ain't no doctor signature on it. That's a waste of your money. They just got your money and they don't want no obligation. Something fishy about that. Okay. Now, so you go in the examination, and if the doctor says that, let's say you have moderate ankle injury, but it's worse, you can get 20%. So if that doctor shows an increase in severity, that's outside the VA, the ankle injury rating should be increased. Excuse me. Now, here's the way it works. Remember, the basis for your claim getting approved is based on evidence, and the evidence has to be backed up by VA law. VA law, yes indeed. Now, the more severe, the more money you get, right? And it depends on the condition. PTSD can go all the way up to 100%. Ankle injury, you're going up to 20%. So now, if you've done it properly, your VA disability claim will be approved. And game over, right? If you've done a fully developed claim, every time you've done it properly, submitted all the evidence with the, and do the CMP exam properly, your claim should be approved, right? Yes. And you should get that increased rating, which is good. However, the VA tend not to like veterans going to outside doctors for CMP exams. They have a cultural tendency to want to schedule you for an exam. Even if you submit a fully developed claim, they'll say, yeah, we want to, oh, okay. I'm trying to scratch an arrow off the screen. Y'all know I'm crazy. Now, they reject your fully developed claim. What do they say they rejected? No, they're not saying that they rejected. They rejected by scheduling you for a CMP exam, even though you've already had a public DBQ completed properly by a specialized physician in that area of what your condition is, right? But they still send you to a CMP exam. Hold on, wait a minute. For the same thing, let's talk about it. You have a fully developed claim. Has this ever happened to you? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever have a fully developed claim, but they still sent you to a CMP exam. Let's talk about it. Put a 1 in the chat if that's ever happened to you. Now, here we go. Now let's talk about overdeveloped claims. Family, you see how we getting into it by staying on task. Okay. So you've had a fully developed claim. I'm gonna get back to the better box. We'll talk about that in a minute because I don't know exactly what you're saying. But now Charleston says number 1. Number 2, number 1, if you never heard if you filed a claim, a fully developed claim, and it was denied, Brother Charleston said it happened to him. Now let's talk about, so that's when we get into overdevelopment. So even MGS has filed a fully developed claim, and the VA still scheduled him for a CMP exam after he went to his own doctor. Okay, see what's happening? That's why we're talking about it, family. Now, what is the overdeveloped claims? What are overdeveloped claims? The VA takes unnecessary and excessive steps to gather information or to conduct examinations for a claim. Excessive means you've already had an examination, right? On your own, so they go send you to another one. You've given them all information, but now they say they want the same information over again, or they want more information, more detail, and you can't get more detail than the evidence you got. It already should be sufficing what they need. Now, even when existing evidence is sufficient to support the claim, they still want to gather more information. That doesn't make sense. I thought they want to complete these claims in a timely manner. Overdevelopment is asking for unnecessary exams and unnecessary information to complete the claim when they already have everything that they need. You understand? Now, let's continue. So they send you to a second exam. You went to the independent exam. Now they sending you to a CMP exam. Now we got problems. They sending you to 2 different exams. So what if the CMP examiner, the first examiner, the independent examiner say, yeah, you got the condition and it should you increase severity. However, the new examiner with the CMP exam say, no, the severity shouldn't be increased. Matter of fact, they should decrease it. So you got conflicting medical opinions. This is why they should not be sending you to 2 different exams. It creates a crisis, okay? I hope I'm making sense on that. Now, number 3, the unfairness of the thing, of overdeveloped claim, is very unfair to the veteran. Now, listen what Love say, VA delay tactics. That's exactly. Yes. Here's the problem. According to VA law, public DBQs should be given the same weight as a CMP exam DBQ that the VA send you to. But if that was the case, why do they still say, I don't listen to what a person put on paper, I look at their actions, okay? You say they're supposed to be equal, but when we send you in a public DBQ that's fully developed with the rest of the evidence, and you still send them to a CMP exam, that's letting me know that you're not following the rules, that you're ignoring, you're not giving that public DBQ the same weight. Is H-Town making clear sense? I hope so. But we're going to show you how to deal with this thing tonight. Because if this happened to you like it happened to Brother Charleston and M.G. Smith, we want to make sure you straight and the rest of you. So listen. So that you got one medical opinion from the public DBQ, from an independent doctor outside the VA system that you went to on your own, but now they're going to get a medical opinion from the VA the CMP doctor, okay? Now, some people say you might get a better decision with the CMP doctor, but you don't want that kind of confusion. Huh? How can you have two? What if you had two bosses telling you to, one tell you to pick that up, the other one say put it down? That starts nothing but confusion. But the VA haven't been confusing, have they? Now, okay. So a medical opinion refers to a medical professional's statement of findings and views, which may be based on reviewing the claimant's medical records or personal examination of the claimant, or both. So that's why I say make sure you give them all your medical records. Now listen, he say, oh, I get it, love. The VA hoping veterans give up and flip out. Yes, that's my opinion. Yes, indeed. From my personal experience, yes. Because I walked away and they never contacted me and say, you know what, we messed up. They never did that. They was glad they never contacted me. Remember, they don't come look for you. You got to go in there look for them. And they don't tell you how to, they should have a streamlined process. This is what this is. This is what an appeal is. This, you got to figure out all on your own. Hope you run into the right person. Let us continue. Now, then, because, now pay attention, you did the public DBQ and that the doctor say that your severity is increased, or you are service connected, or whatever the doctor said that was favorable towards you. But then the VA send you to a CMP exam with like QTC, and that doctor says that you're not service connected or your condition is not more severe. They might even say the condition has gotten better. Now listen what he says. The VA wants, this is what Kevin says, the VA wants them to give up. Now, love, so true, Kevin. She says, Town, this is in the approval 2025. So what we're gonna do, the next live stream, we're gonna go over what she said here. And if I'm not clear on the information, Betty Bobs, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna contact you through email, okay? Medical evidence in lieu of examination. Come on now. Yeah, sometimes the evidence is there. You don't even have to go to an examination. Now he already, Brother Kevin Cowboy Sr. said it. He beat me to the punch. High level review. Why are you gonna spoil it for me? I put all this up to build it up, and you already coming up with solutions. Huh? Good job, brother. Now look, because of this is what our sister Betty Bops is talking about here. The regulations, they have to comply to the regulation, the standards, and the law. And the VA got you believing they outlaws, they can do what they want to do, right? No, not if you call them out. They know better, because this is not the first time they did it. He said, H-Town, okay, I assist you with that. Okay, thank you. Because I'm going to need you on that, sister. And we're going to go into that, definitely so. Now, so the problem is the regulations say once you have a fully developed claim, if you've done a public DBQ, it should be given the same weight as a CMP exam. So there's no need for no extra exams if it's fully developed. You just got to make sure you got your paperwork tight. And as long as you do that, and if it's not, they're supposed to tell you where it's lacking. And if they don't tell you where your exam or your fully developed claim is lacking, don't work like that. You say call them out with their own laws. That's right. Yes, indeed. In the higher review, this is Kevin going on, they are going to point that out. Higher review. Yeah, that's why they have to justify why they want you to go to an exam and you've already went to one. Now, some people say don't go to them. All right, you got to be ready to fight. You got to better have your business together if you don't want to go to that CMP exam, because you've already, and Kevin said it again, a duty to assist. And then we got Love say, since when do the VA have to comply with the law? Who is to force the VA to follow the law? We are, because we're gonna put it in the paperwork. We're gonna show what the doctor said on the CMP exam. In addition, we're gonna put the law right up under it, like I showed y'all. And so they have to say the law is a lie. They want to see if you know. Yeah, they kind of crooked. Now, as last night said hello to everyone, our sisters in here. Now he say, now listen to what our brother says. He say that's why I did a high level review request when they said I didn't have to do any more. They still decided I jumped and put in request. Everybody saying hi to our sister, and we appreciate y'all showing her love. Now let us continue. And as I say, we're talking about how the VA uses claim overdevelopment to deny veterans disability benefits. Because that's breaking the law. They have you jumping through all kind of hoops. He said the VA is crooked as a $3 bill. They have you jumping through all kind of hoops. So you've done the fully developed claim, but when they overdevelop, hey, we need more paperwork from you. You got to go to this CMP exam. They might even send you to 2 CMP exams if they don't like it. But you have to know what your rules, and you got to stand strong. Take the knowledge we got here. You'll be drowning in paperwork. Well, we need this. Well, you give it to them. We need it again. You didn't. They asked who in here that the VA has asked you for the same paperwork more than once. Put a 1 in the chat if the VA is asked you for the same paperwork more than once. Put a 1 in the chat, family. Put a 1 in the chat if the VA, when you file a claim, they ask you for the same paperwork more than one. Tell how many times they asked you for that same paperwork. Give one example. How many times? That's how I want to do it. He say 1, 1, 1. Okay, 1. We'll wait a minute. So just say 1. Okay. Now listen. They're asking. I say Betty Bob said last night hello. Oh, he said I hope she feel better. I just had this. I'm concerned about my sister. We love her. And love say I'm doing Ollie hoops now. Yes, indeed. H-Town say, yeah, they made me send the paperwork about 3 or 4 times on one claim. Betty Bob's, Charleston, love. Now listen to what he says here. QTC and ISIS World, I mean, Scott and ISIS World say QTC wants me to send them medical records. Now, you make sure you do it in the way that they sign for them, okay? I take them up there or have them send registered mail and keep a copy for yourself and have that registered too, but you don't send it nowhere. That you show what you sent to them. You have an inventory of what you sent them an email. This was sent to you. Did you get all of it? Make sure they respond to your email that they receive everything that's on that itemized list. Did you hear me? H-Town ain't playing with them. Kevin Cobar Sr. say the law is the law. They know, most veterans don't know and mostly give up. Yeah, they divide us, but now we're unified. And Scott in ISIS World says, QTC, that's who did it. Okay. 19 watching, 10 likes. Let's get those likes up, family. Get those likes up. If you haven't hit the like, hit that like. Now, love say H-Town. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I feel like the channel is being suppressed because over here it's showing 17 likes. But I'm glad, it's going up. Okay, it's going up now. It's a little delayed, my fault. Love say H-Town going on 4 times asking for the same records. That's overdeveloped claim when they ask for all this paperwork. 18 watching, 16 likes. Good job. Now, family, let us continue. And we're going to have plenty of time to do whatever we need to do. Guess what they doing? They wasting time, family. You say, well, that's just building up your back pay. Now, wasting time can be dangerous to a veteran, especially if they're having serious mental health problems. We know the suicide rate of veterans. We know the depression, how it could affect our families, and the lack of resources, family, that we're not getting. What if while you're waiting for the claim, they wasting time and you falling behind on your bills and you might lose your house? This is not a victimless crime that the VA does. And now they feeling all scared because many of them losing their job. Well, do it more efficiently. And guess what the veterans would do? Come out and support them, wouldn't we? You know, one group they ain't coming to is the veterans. Only the veterans that work for them. They don't come and say, hey, veterans, tell them how we helped you and we do our job. You notice ain't none of the VA employees talk about that? Huh? They want sympathy. But what about how they delay claims? Waste time. Veterans losing their houses, losing their cars because they are over developing claims, sending to extra C&P exams that are unnecessary, dragging it out, as our brothers say. So true. Why VA drag it out? So you can lose everything. And once you get your benefits, you starting all over. You know how expensive homes are now? So if you had a home that was 10 years ago or 20 years ago, now you lost your home, try to get another one, even though you may have your full VA benefits, you're paying 3 times for the house you got now than the one you lost. Come on, am I making people mad? I ain't trying to. Kevin, who is enforcing the VA laws? We're going to get into that in the fake news in the news section. Glad you asked that. You say psycho warfare sneaky. Yes, sneaky. They're not directly attacking us, but they doing this. They using their soft power on us. They not directly doing their dirt. They doing it delay, waste time, asking for the same stuff over. They know that'll frustrate you. If somebody asks you the same question over and over, won't you be mad? Wouldn't you get mad? You ask you the question. You say, do you want this? Yes. They say, let me ask you again. Do you want this? I said, yes. Now, you know that's frustrating. That's when you send them paperwork. Hey, send it to me again. I send it to you. Send it again. VA employees don't want to lose their jobs. They're not going to help you. So they looking out for their immediate situation. I bet you they could justify having their job more if they had us disabled veterans come up and stand up for them. But we've been janked around by the VA so much we don't know who to trust. How can we support you? Sounds like Dougie talks. LOL. Not tonight. Not tonight. Oh, I have to let our brother Charleston make it tonight. I'm waiting for it. You know, he's the gift that keeps on giving. Fourth thing is, somebody already answered this question. Alaska Nice, you in here? We got Love in here, Brother Charleston. So if they overdevelop your claim, don't consider the evidence that you have. You have no new evidence to submit. What should you do? Go for the Board of Veteran Appeals, file a high-level review, or a supplemental claim. Which one should you do to deal with them trying to send you to another C&P exam and you saying you got enough? And let's say you didn't go to the C&P exam. I'm not telling you to do that, but let's say you didn't go and they denied your claim, even though you already had a fully developed claim. Sister last night hit it right on. Higher level review. Higher level review from Betty. Let us know, family. And Brother Kevin said it earlier. Higher level review. I like to hear this here. Now listen, family, that VA be gaslighting us. Listen what higher level review. Now, Sister Alaska Night, Sister Betty Bob's, Brother Kevin, you said it earlier, that is higher level review. Why should they file a higher level review? What is it about this situation where they have a fully developed claim that is better to file a higher level review? Let us know. Now, Charleston said, my dad explained gaslighting, the original meaning, with real gaslight. So I was prepared in life. Oh, he he let you know. Love say, very true, Kevin. Who is the right question? Who is enforcing the VA law? We're gonna talk about. You have all the evidence. Listen to what Alaska Nice Please, I beg of you, because sooner or later, if you're filing claims with the VA, let me come up on the full screen, please. Listen, if you have a fully developed claim, you got all the evidence you need. So all you need is a high-level reviewer to look over that claim and show that it's all right because the person under them didn't take it into consideration and schedule you for another CMP exam or ask you for more evidence, and all the evidence is there. Now, let me ask you this question. Like you say, review the evidence. Now, that's what the high-level reviewer will do. Real good job. Y'all are on top of this. You're becoming your own expert. Now, I got another question. If that doesn't work and the high-level reviewer denies the claim too, what's your next option? Tell us, family. Let us know. If that high-level reviewer does not give you a favorable position, a favorable decision, what do you do then? Do you know my neighbor is weird? Nobody lives in front of me. The house in front of me is turned sideways. This guy comes from way down here to talk in front of my house as loud as he can. Loud as he can. I don't understand why men show me so much attention. I'm up in the front part of my house, and I guess they see the light through the blind. And man, it's weird. I think board judge is the answer. Okay, I think you're right. Kevin Cobarcine say supplemental. Kevin say supplemental claim. Now Luke say make sure everything is in order. So you got to make sure that everything that is really fully developed, don't you just check it, have your lawyer, have your representative check it. So we say supplemental. We do so many supplemental claims. Okay, now let's see if that's the answer. All right. Now look, some say supplemental, some say VAB. Now listen what it said, VAB, or wait until you have more evidence because that could take years. You see the catch-22 you're in? Now listen, so once you went to the regular rater and you had a fully developed claim and they tried to send you to a CMP exam and you didn't go, or you said it's already fully developed and they deny it, it goes to a high-level reviewer after that and they deny it, you don't get a favorable decision. You can go to the board, but it may take years. Alaskan, I say, you can't beat them, join them, just give them some more evidence. Board of Appeals, okay. Board of Appeals on Coastie say, you want to preserve your effective date. Yes, indeed. So keep fighting it. And Love said, I agree with Alaskan ICE board judge is the answer, but it can take a long time, but the fight is the fight. Now let's get back to it, family. So most of y'all saying first high-level review, that don't work. Now let's talk about what the supplemental claim is. We're gonna go back over this. Now, supplemental claim, a reviewer will determine whether new or relevant evidence changes the prior decision. So because it's fully developed, I'm assuming you wouldn't do a supplemental because you're not presenting new evidence. You're saying you got all the evidence in the fully developed claim, okay? Oh boy, let me put myself back up on the screen. Now, veteran is adding or identifying new or relevant evidence that supports their claim. So if the fully developed claim does not work and you get denied, and they go to a high-level review and they get denied, then you may need to do a supplemental claim, okay? Because unless you're gonna go to the VA, you can go to the VA board, the Board of Veteran Appeals, but you know, if you don't want to wait all those years, you can't do a supplemental. Let me see what it said. Now listen to let me see what this said. Alaskan I say sometimes the VBA, the Board of Veteran Appeals, agrees with the veteran and they still get denied. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So it'll be bouncing back and forth like a tennis ball. You go to Board of Veteran Appeals, uh, and they still get denied by the VA. Supplemental claims make your case stronger. Yes, Kevin, yes. Now, Alaska Knight says a higher level reviewer is an appeal option for veterans who disagree with a decision made by the Department of Veteran Affairs regarding their benefits to request a higher level reviewer or high level review. This is a more experienced VA rater who has more knowledge on claims. Yes, indeed, sister. Now, or your representative must submit a request without new evidence. All right. So we're going to get to that in a second. Because right now we're showing supplemental. Supplemental, that's new evidence. No, so most time that's not. And as our brother said earlier, they have a duty to assist. I believe yes, the VA has a duty to assist. Yes, indeed. And they should be looking at that evidence from that CMP exam, that independent exam. So what are the options? What are other options? Okay, since you can't use that, what are the options? We talked about the higher level review. So I'm gonna read that, then I'm gonna read what my sister got here. If a veteran disagrees, I'm gonna read mine first, high level review. If a veteran disagrees with a VA decision, they can request a DRO, decision review officer, or high level reviewer to handle contested decisions. The DRO will determine whether an error or a difference in opinion changes the decision outcome. All right. Now, I think she was saying here, let me see what she got. My sister say a VA high level reviewer is appeal option. I read that. Okay. Your representative determined. Now let me see what she say. If an error or a difference of opinion warrants a change in the decision, you may apply for this review using VA Form 20-0996, which can be completed online. Love say did all that Alaska Nights. So we got 19 people watching at the time that I'm reading this here, and 16 likes. Okay. Love say H-Town. It's called the hamster wheel, going back and forth and not making any progress, huh? Now, Kevin says high level review is faster than going to the board and waiting years. Yes. So hopefully if that person rules in your behalf, usually they should if you got all your business paperwork together. Now, Alaska Nights, that is why I did a supplemental and higher level review. I kept adding evidence. Okay. And then Betty Bops agrees with you. And then Kevin Cobar Sr. says, what if they have a difference of opinion? That's what the issue is. They should have went on the first CMP exam. That's why some people don't go to, they should have went on the independent exam you did with the fully developed claim. But the CMP exam you went to, they sent you to afterward, that's overdevelopment. And you're going to use that word, you are overdeveloping my claim because all the sufficient evidence is in the fully developed claim. And so saying I should not, so before they send you to that CMP exam, you need to send them a stamped copy, something that's recorded that you are disagreeing with this because they have all the evidence that they need. The paper trail is important for your appeal if necessary. Now, Love say so true, Kevin, but mine's been going fast back and forth. Yes, indeed. Now listen to what Charleston said. Is Dougie in August firing some of these VA decision officers? You know, that's interesting. I haven't heard them mention the job titles. I brought that up to y'all once before. They not saying what positions that they're getting rid of. Now, Kevin say you can find a duty to assist in most every case. Real talk. That is a common error that they make. Mine is a duty to assist. This love. Error. Why taking so long for the same medical records over and over again? That's called a overdeveloped claim. You need to put that in there. Have your lawyer put in there that y'all asking for the same information this many times, and you're overdeveloping my claim and wasting time. Now, Kevin says, so the high-level reviewer should catch it. You should catch it. I think you can be pretty confident on that, especially if you organize. Here's the thing, family. Can I give you a caveat? Now, are you paying attention to me? What if you submitted it, but they didn't put it as part of your claim? So you got to make sure when they deny you, you look at that evidence list and you make sure your DBQ, that public DBQ, is in there. What if they didn't even consider it? They threw it out or something. Huh? But you had a stamped copy. No, y'all did not consider it, and y'all need to consider it. You can't deny it. Open my claim back up. Yeah, or go take me to a high-level reviewer. So you, in that evidence portion of the decision, you see if that public DBQ, that independent DBQ, was part of the evidence considered. Talk to me now. And then he said, yeah, they should catch it. Okay, now, family, let's get back to it. The board, we talked about it. What our sister, a couple of our sisters and brothers saying that what? If the high-level reviewer don't do it, go to the Board of Veteran Appeals. Now, the veteran law judge at the Board of Veteran Appeals will review your unfavorable decision, but it might take time, years. Now, Love say, bingo, H-Town, no record of receiving medical records. How you sending them in, Love? You keep saying you need to take a stamped copy up to the VA yourself. Because if you keep going through your VSO and they're not getting it, you need to take a copy, stamped copy, and then send them a copy of the stamped copy that you sent in there. So if one way ain't working, you need to try something different, okay? Because if you're going through a third party, your VSO, sometimes if they're not getting it through them, I send it in myself. So they'll get both of them. Now, when you did a Board of Veteran Appeals, veteran must choose a docket. Let me ask you, which docket should you choose if you have a fully developed claim that was denied? Should you go to direct review, evidence submission, or court hearing? Which one? Look at got the definitions. If you're going before the Board of Veteran Appeals, if you have a fully developed claim that they send you to outside CMP exam, and you already had the evidence, that which one should you do? What should they send you? To a direct review, evidence submission, or court hearing? Let us know. Give you a couple of seconds. Let Kevin own it. Direct review, no hearing or new evidence, decision only. Because you saying you got everything you need right there. Ain't nothing to talk about. Everything. I'm talking with my paperwork. Everything you need is in the file. Huh? Now we're going to talk about veteran news, family. Here we go. And we got y'all questions. We're going to get to them in the after party, the two that y'all asked earlier. Our brother Scott in Isis World, and I think brother Doug Charles asked for something. Oh Lord, Charles, I almost call you Doug again. Are you gonna be mad at me? Question: if no new law, what Doug is doing anyway? Right, he doing a whole bunch of hot air. Let me see. what my brother said. He says, H-Town, my rep have proof of records was sent and the VA keep responding, wait and receive to process. So I don't, that's madness. That's not what's going on, fam. Listen. Now we have Junior in the house. Everybody show love to Junior. Junior says, how it H-Town and hello everyone. Junior, we glad that you're here. Betty Bob said, Charleston, H-Town is on Dougie's watch list. You think, what are you gonna come on my little weak channel for? My little small channel. I ain't gonna say it's weak, but it's small. He say, love H-Town. I will go over what my rep is doing. Okay. I always say I will not go over what my rep is doing. Okay. So you got to get your answers from them then. Because that's the one helping you. Charleston say, good evening, Junior. And everybody saying hi to Junior. Now let's get into it, family. Veteran news or fake news? We're going to see if I gave y'all fake news, the information we just went over. Because we're about to do what? We're about to do a reaction video, family. So while we're doing that, I want y'all to get into it in the chat. And y'all talking to each other, I'm going to let y'all talk. You know, when y'all kind of personal stuff, I'm going to let y'all do it. I'll try not to pull it up on screen. Now, we're going to do a reaction video. Not Doug Collins. No, that was an accident. I meant to delete him off there. It's not about Doug Collins. It's about overdeveloped claim. Say, Dougie, you glass like me. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Betty Bob, sorry, Charleston. H-Town going to flare up. Let's see. No, but it's not about Dougie. So I wanted, even though you see that image, that is incorrect. I forgot to take, I guess, Dougie on my mind. So, family, we're going to do this. Fair use. Fair use. This is for educational purposes. This is a hearing they had at the VA, and we're going to be going over it, family, and we're going to be reacting to it. So let us turn the music off. And we're going to continue here, family. And when it starts, if y'all can hear the congressman talk, please give us a thumbs up, okay? All right. Subcommittee on Disability Assistance and Memorial Affairs Oversight Hearing. They have these continuously. And H-Town's the only one that be breaking them down like this. Huh? Let's do this. Let us know if you can hear it. And we thank you for your patience. Before we get started, let's see what our brother said here. He says, H-Town, I am praying that the VA won't come up with nonsense and reevaluate us vets that have already P&T. Watch our video, how to protect your the levels of protection for VA benefit or compensation. And I hope not either, because even with the knowledge, the VA sometimes don't follow rules. Now let's get into it. Great statement, brother. Here we go.
Exams. VA cannot make a decision on a veteran's claim until all development is completed.
So family, if you can hear him, give me a thumbs up. And this is a short video because they just get a clip, which is great. And it's about 30-something minutes. And he's saying the VA can't make a decision until the claim is complete. And when you have a fully developed claim, it's complete. And they got guidelines of what's a fully developed claim. And one day we're going to go over all components of a fully developed claim. So you say 16 watching, 18 likes. Okay. Y'all can hear it. MG Smith can hear, Junior can hear it. Love said Junior. VA is like Houdini when they deny and deny claims. She says 18 likes. We're doing good. Now let's see what the congressman is saying. Let us get into it. And they're going to be talking about overdeveloped claims. Listen.
Although I hear from veterans about how frustrating the wait is for a decision to be made, many times VA effort to obtain records and or exams leads to an award for disability compensation. On the other hand, overdevelopment is when VA takes unnecessary steps to obtain records or exams.
Now, listen what he said. It's when this is what you need to use this law. When the VA is overdeveloping your claim, you need to submit a supportive claim form saying that the VA is overdeveloping my claim, and you explain why. Because you've already sent in the information in love, and they keep asking for the same information. That's overdevelopment. When they ask for the same records over and over, and you already sent it to them. Another way is you've already completed a public DBQ, but they're trying to send you to a CMP exam. That's a fully developed claim. So, Junior, you asked the question. Huh? You say, I'm worried about my 100%. If they send you, listen to me, brother. Your hunter, listen to me. This is H-Town talking to you, partner. Let me come up on the full screen. Any of you get something that reduces they're claiming they're proposing to reduce your 100% permanent total, listen, or any other disability rating. The first thing you do is go get a public DBQ and fully develop your claim. That's why when you have, even though you already 100%, keep continuing seeking treatment. Go get your medical records where it shows that your condition is ongoing right now. Don't wait till the end. Huh? Right now, when you don't need it, keep every 6 months to a year, get the information and document it, and just keep. You prepare while you're sitting back and waiting. You don't wait for the enemy to come to you. You already be in the offense. You got all your stuff together. So when they come up, bam, I've been doing this treatment this many years. You do it like you still collecting evidence. Go in there and check your records and see what that doctor's saying in there. Like Alaska Nights, are they putting everything in the records that's supposed to be in there? If they're not, get them to correct it. Come on, talk about it. Tell me if I'm lying. See, the problem is we sitting waiting around for somebody to approach us. It's time we do something for ourselves. What we sitting around waiting for them to send us a reduction letter? No, right now you make sure you keeping at least 3 mental health exams, whatever your condition is, physical exam, 3 to 6 exams a year. And if you have crisis, you have more, then you go back once you had that appointment, look at your records, print them, put it to the side, and start dating them this year. Okay, put them in order. All right. And then you highlight anything that shows that your condition continues to be severe to the point that you can't work. Huh? That you're permanently disabled. Huh? Talk to me. Tell me if I'm lying. And he say, Junior say, love, LOL. I know, huh? And he say, love, they talking. He say, H-Town, you keep saying that they can't, but the VA is still denying full developed claim. I didn't say that they can't. I didn't say that they can't. I never said that they can't. You're putting words in my mouth. I never said that they can't. I'm saying legally, you gotta put the definition, the law down, what fully developed claim is, and make sure you have everything in order. So if they deny it, you prepare for the next level, the higher level reviewer. You got to make sure all your ducks is in a row. Okay, now Alaska Nights say every time I got a duty to assist error, I was sent to another CMP exam. And then H-Town, Kevin says H-Town vets, so true. Yeah, you don't wait to them to come to you. You don't wait to them send you. No, you need to be preparing right now. See, we spend more time being worried about losing our benefits than actually preparing right now. Get your evidence. Go get your medical records. You got time on your hands now. And go through your last year medical records. Last 6 months, then do the 6 months before that. And look for stuff that shows that you continually seek treatment, how many appointments you've been to for your service-connected disability, what the doctor said about the severity level of your condition. Now, where else you going to get this information from? I'm telling you what you need to know. I'm not sitting around. I can't tell you the VA wouldn't call me in. I can't promise nothing. So that's not what I said. Love, they can do whatever they want. Remember, I'm the one that sent you the thing to say people had 100% permanent total and the VA was called them in. They lawless. Now, but if you heard me say something, let me know what you're talking about. Highlight what you say I see it. Love say, because I corrected, because I'm saying you just need to have your stuff together. Love say, H-Town, you and the congressperson is not the one that approves the VA claim. No. It ain't about who approves it. It's about doing it the right way. Whether they approve it or not is irrelevant. You know how many denials I got before I got approved? It's making sure you do it the right way, because when I'm filling out my paperwork, now check it. So I get what you're saying now, H-Town. Love. I'm not, whenever I'm filling out a claim, I'm not doing it for that reviewer. I'm doing it for the people that I'm paying for the denial regardless. Even if I got everything lined up, I'm expecting them. Hold on, let me get a second here. Give me a moment. Because it was denied. I'm expecting them to deny it. Now, if they don't deny it, everything cool. But I'm always preparing, not for that initial claim. I'm already preparing for the denial. So I'm already getting evidence for the denial. Or I'm looking over, if everything was fully developed, I'm already preparing for what kind of errors they make. And then I'm gonna write all the errors down and I'm saying, boom, boom, you got this wrong, but this is what the law say. That's it. I don't free float with the VA. They can do what they want to do. They ain't gonna change what I do. My brother, I know how you feel. Love Sir say, doing it right way, VA still deny my experience. Yeah, it's a rough haul. I agree with you, brother. Yeah, I've been there. I'm gonna get everybody else come in, but I get what my brother's saying. But we're not gonna stop supporting. You ain't gonna never stop fighting, because we ain't gonna let you stop fighting. You hear what I said? I've been there though. I know how he feels. I walked away for about 7-8 years or more. I forget how long. Kevin says, H-Town vet, I check my medical records after each appointment. That's what y'all do. Give it about a week or so. How long you give it? H-Town, that's so true. And Kevin say, it's about keeping and maintaining your benefits. What is the 3 goals of the H-Town vet? 1, to help you get your benefits. 2, to inform you what those benefits are so you utilize them. 3, to help you protect those benefits. But love is in the middle of the battle right now, family. We got to circle around him and support him. I know what he's saying. I know where it's coming from. Now listen with this, bro. I'm going to read this again. Doing it right, doing it the right way, VA is still denying my experience. Yes. Now Kevin say, love us, got to stay ahead. Love us say, it's a fight for sure. And we in this fight. You're not in this fight by yourself. Now, do you feel better? Let me ask you this here, love. Do you feel better that you have an Alaskan Ice on your side? You have a Kevin on your side. You got a junior on your side. Do you feel better when you have a Betty Box on your side? Do you feel better that people in here that identify like Charleston? Come on now, talk to me. Huh? Let us know. MG Smith on your side. How you feel about that? That you ain't fighting alone. We here to support you because we've been knocked down too. I'm gonna let them say their little thing. He say Kevin refuses to take H-Town, Kevin refuses to take no for an answer. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, brother. Now, y'all support our brother because I was like him. Look, I like the country song say, I got a life that most would love to have, but I still wake up fighting mad. Huh? Still wake up fighting mad. Charleston say, love, love. It's a fight for all veterans. Remember, we're not the only, it's all of them, but we here with you. Because I know this is it's frustrating. You know, I thought I would never get any benefits. They denied me so many times. I say, man, and when they gave me a 0%, I thought that meant zero. You lose. I didn't realize I was service connected. I didn't even know what they were talking about. I was so defeated. Now let's get back to what the congressman is saying. We appreciate you. I feel you, love. Even though you say I may not understand what you're saying, I do feel I feel you, brother, and I'm with you.
Example, if existing documents in the veterans claims file are sufficient to support the claim, VA should not schedule a government-funded disability exam.
Uh-oh, can we say that again? Now listen, this for you, love. This is for everybody. Did you want to hear what this congressman said? Did you miss that? Huh? Now listen, even though you're right, now when they do what they want to do, call your congressman and tell them what they're doing. Get in contact with these congressmen that's changing the law. Bring them up there and put them on the hot seat. Let's do that again, family. Now listen to what he says about scheduling you for a second exam when you already have a fully developed claim with your own independent examination or DBQ. Listen.
Unnecessary steps to obtain records or exams.
Now listen. Are you listening in the back?
Example, if existing documents in the veterans claims file are sufficient to support the claim, VA should not schedule a government-funded disability exam.
Did you hear him? What he's saying, not just the CMP exam, you may have enough evidence without a CMP exam for your claim to be approved. You stand on that. It don't matter if they deny you, reject you. They've been denying my people human rights in this country to this day. And they tell us, you free? Yeah, we free to get popped by the police and everybody go, if they with us on the outside, but when it's time to go in the courtroom, they rule everybody's voting on the side of the crooked cop. So does that stop us from fighting for our rights? You ain't gonna stop because we ain't gonna let you stop. Love. And if I don't understand everything what you're saying, I apologize, brother. I'm sorry. I don't, because I don't mean to misunderstand what you're saying. He says, Kevin say, stand on business. And Kevin say, love or love. Oh, he's talking to him personally. And then he says, Kevin, so true. That's what I'm doing for sure. Learning how bad the VA claim system is the worst, man. And you wonder why they cleaning house over there. But taking all these, now listen to what the man's saying. Did y'all hear what he said? Let us continue. Come on, fam. Let's go.
Overdevelopment forces veterans to wait longer than necessary for a decision on their claims.
So overdevelopment, you got to wait. They waste time because you got to wait longer for a claim, and you might lose your house. You might take your marriage into turmoil. It caused all type of confusion. Did you hear what I said? He says, H-Town, You are great, very helpful. Yeah, but I may not understand, and sometimes I don't want to be insensitive. So if I overlook something you said, I apologize, brother. I'm sorry, because I've been where I can feel what he's doing. I can feel he's going through. You know, he say, you know, hear what I'm saying, because I've been there, and man, boy, when you keep getting denied, but they telling you, well, the law is this, but they deny you anyway, that can be disheartening, family. And we got to meet everybody where they at. You hear me? And I'm here for you, brother. I can't say I got mine and it was so easy. I can't stand people that do that. Well, I got mine. All you got to do is this. Or I got mine. I don't really care about nobody else getting it. Brother, you in the struggle. I'm here for you. Okay? We are here as a family. Now listen.
Can lead to incorrect decisions, unnecessary exam.
Now check. So doing these unnecessary CMP exams could lead to incorrect decisions, because you already got a favorable decision. Now they send you to it when you went to with the evidence you already have, or with the evidence and a CMP, no, with the evidence and a public DBQ by outside doctor. Now they gonna come in. They might give you an error, huh? By sending you to a CMP exam with a doctor that might be inadequate, and you might get a denial or decrease.
Exams also waste veterans' time and money. Further, if a veteran misses a VA scheduled exam without good.
So it wastes your time and money. Now listen, you say waste your time. I understand the time, H-Town. How's it wasting your money? If you got somebody helping you, let's say you got a one of these claim consulting companies helping you, and they doing a good job, but the VA just denying you because they don't like that company. The VA denying you because they're not doing their job. Now you obligated to this. If you paid up front, you might be obligated to them, or you had to go get lawyers get paid on the back end, but you spend money trying to get these claims together. Now listen what he says, H-Town and everyone. Now I see exactly what my father went through and died waiting. Yes, indeed. Now listen, he say, love. This was approved March the 25th. Okay, using medical evidence in lieu of examination. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna have it fully done. We're gonna go over this Betty Bob's. Sunday's broadcast is gonna be on this medical evidence. That's just what this congressman is talking about. If you got medical evidence, that should suffice in lieu of an examination. Come on now. But the VA the VA reading office, they want you to go through them. They the gatekeepers. They don't want you doing nothing outside of them. Come on, can I talk about it? They don't want you say, hold on, wait a minute. Look what our sister say. Look what she said. Examination, CFR 3.326. We're going to go over this. Subpart B and Part B and Subpart C. Been denied 5 times, and in 1998, I was decreased to 0. My Lord, sister, we here for you. We praying. My Lord. Now she's talking about a Vera. Pay attention, family, because I don't know much about Veras. Alaska Knight says on a Vera call, they can find your records that have been sent in. So do a Vera call, love. And we're going to have to do a live on that. Send me some information on a Vera call, Alaska Night, so we can do a live and help love and me, because I don't know nothing about it. Mark them and move them where they can be seen in your claim. So listen, love. It's probably information there that can't be seen in your claim. So that Vera call, tell us about that Vera call. And then love say, Kevin, the more I educate myself, the more I see how bad the VA is. It can be disheartening, but you know what you're dealing with. You're learning more about who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with. You're dealing with an agency, a governmental agency. Charleston says, VA be like dating looking for a new wife, spending extra money and time. Yeah, you try to get another one up in the up in the Staples. You want another one in the Staples. Now here we go. Love say Betty Bops. Totally agree with you. I am in a fight. We're gonna do a live stream on that with that new change where your evidence. Oh, you and I should, Sister Betty Bops. If I wasn't so busy, I ain't got no excuse. I apologize. We gonna get on this. She been preaching it to me. Now, Kevin, Cobalt, he's talking to the brother. He's talking about the system. Now let's listen to what he said. I want to repeat this again. He's putting out good information. This is a short video, but they breaking it down.
On their claims and can lead to incorrect decisions. Unnecessary exams also waste veterans' time and money. Further, if a veteran misses a VA scheduled exam without good cause and they do not reschedule, VA automatically denies the veteran's claim, even when it was unnecessary for VA to schedule the exam in the first place.
Can I play that again? Listen. So if you already sent in a fully developed claim that has all the evidence needed, or you got a sufficient public DBQ that you did by outside doctor, and if you say, I don't need to go to that, they will deny you. Now you should be talking to them beforehand and say, tell me why this claim is this DBQ public benefits question, disability benefit questionnaire is not sufficient enough. They should be able to tell you that. Ask for a hearing to talk to somebody. Now listen what our sister said about Vera. This is what it is. A Vera is a vet equitable resource allocation. Allocation resource center. You need to, if you have the number or the website to it, let us know, Alaskanites, that'll help the veteran. Now listen, that you're not supposed to, back to what we're talking about, they're not supposed to schedule you for another, to a CMP exam if you've already had a DBQ filled out and it's fully developed. And it has, the doctor went over all the records, but he said that they still schedule, listen, and they will deny you because you don't go to their CMP exam.
On their claims and can lead to incorrect decisions. Unnecessary exams also waste veterans' time and money. Further, if a veteran misses a VA scheduled exam without good cause and they do not reschedule, VA automatically denies the veteran's claim, even when it was unnecessary for VA to schedule the exam in the first place.
So they weren't even supposed to. What did he say? It was illegal? Let's see what he said. What's the word he used?
Do not reschedule, VA automatically denies the veteran's claim, even when it was unnecessary for VA to schedule the exam in the first place.
He say unnecessary, not illegal. Unnecessary. They need to start punishing them for giving people veterans other examinations when they already had one. It should be consequences, not unnecessary, inconvenient. It need to be punishable by law.
HR 2137, the Review Every Veterans Claims Act, will absolutely fix this injustice.
So they got a law that they're trying to put out. You heard what he said, and you can look that up, playback, and they're trying to pass an act to deal with this issue.
Overdevelopment also drives government waste because VA pays contracted exam vendors for every exam, even those that were not necessary.
So even when they send you to these unnecessary CMP exams, you already got one exam, so why they wasting money sending you to another one? So was Dougie right? Huh? That they waste money over at the VA Charleston? Was he right? Would you agree with Dougie on this? If you already had a private examination done, why they have to send you to a CMP exam with the VA? Is Dougie right this time, Charleston? Will you agree with the preacher? Now, listen, he say the VA looking for anything to get the vet. And we're not trying to make you paranoid, but we want to be informed. Now listen to what Betty Bob said. Y'all can react to what he's saying. This is a reaction video. Now Betty Bob said, H-Town, I got a good chiropractor. He is preparing for this to get denied. So he has been getting me ready to fill out the DBQ and have more backup, real evidence medically. So if you've already got your claim out there, get more evidence after that. So you may not want to, if you already got the claim going forward, don't worry about it. You said Betty Bob say, keep preparing. So when they deny it, come, here's the new and material evidence. Slam that new and material evidence in their face. Now they got to deny the new and material evidence, family. Huh? That's what Betty Bob's working on now. New and material evidence. Now, it's material to the disability claim she has filed. Now, and it's new because it's come after this claim was denied. And she said, oh, I found something that went back then. Huh? That's the way to deal with them. Now, Junior say they do it twice so they can find something to deny. Wow. That's real talk, Junior. Now, Charleston say, let me pull this over here. Charleston say that will never pass Congress punishing the system. No Dougie won't be behind that. Hold on, so whose side is he on? I'm confused. He say he cutting all his jobs. So what? Whose side is Dougie on? Now Love say, Kevin, for me, okay, it's knowing about your enemy. Yes, indeed. He talking to Kevin Summerlin. And he says evidence in the top of the, he say evidence in the top of evidence. Yes. Love say, I feel the feedback here for sure. Keep me on my toes. That's what we for. We here for you to get it out though. See, family, I ain't got no problem if I don't understand what you're saying. I'm trying to make it work. And hey, sometimes I got upset. Huh? Like I told you, I wake up fighting mad when everything going right. Come on, family. Let us talk about it.
In fiscal year 2023, about 2.4 million exams were completed, a number that rose to approximately 3.2 million in fiscal year 24.
Now let's hear that again. So they've done more exams when they hired new people.
That were not necessary. In fiscal year 2023, about 2.4 million exams were completed, a number that rose to approximately 3.2 million in fiscal year 24. Contracted exam vendors.
So in 2024, more people got exams. All right, more people got exams. So that's a good thing. Now, whether they got approved or not, let's see what he's talking about. I don't know if he's going to bring that up. Charlton Zimmerman says, Dougie about saving federal government money not to pay fines. Oh, Lord. What about the veteran? Isn't he a veteran? 19 likes, 15 watching. Thank you so much, my sister. Love say, Kevin, thank you for feedback. Let me tell you about people that why people come here, even though they feel like they know more than me, they know more than you, because they can't find the camaraderie anywhere else. They might be able to say, hey, listen, I know this, I know that. But after the person tells them that, the person don't want to be bothered with them no more. We here for more than that. We here for the support of each other, the encouragement of each other, not just to get benefits. Junior got his benefits. He ain't stopped coming. Dogface Soldier got his benefits. He don't stop coming. He stays in contact. Alaska Nice got her benefits. She here. And when Love get his, he better not stop coming because I'm going to California looking for him. You heard me? Same with you, Charleston. I will be up in Pennsylvania, huh? At a bar, waiting on you with a beer, and I don't even drink. Now, excuse me for my little Southern expression. Now, they first took billions. This is Junior talking. They first took billions from the vet, and their response is that they can't account for that extra money. You never forgot that when we went over that. Is where that money is, and now they are trying to get the vet with double examinations. Is straight out of hard. I like that. Don't you like the term double examinations? That's what you need to put in your file when they try to reschedule. This is a double examination on a claim that's already fully developed. Please let us know where our DBQ is insufficient. Come on now. So they gonna believe the one that they ain't gonna believe yours, the private one, but they gonna believe the one they send you to. Why? Because they paying them. Dougie says he's not a victim. Oh, you shouldn't have brought that up. That runs me hot. I can't stand it. He said that. Yeah, because he probably getting his benefits. I'm letting y'all talk to each other personally. Betty Bob say Charleston, Zimmerman, don't lie, don't live that far from me. Okay, we gonna find all of you, huh? We gonna look for all of you, huh? I'll be in the middle point between y'all. Now, Alaska Knight says the waste of millions on unnecessary CMP exams. I wish we had the number of how much they waste on unnecessary CMP exams. I bet you they don't even keep track of how many unnecessary CMP exams they schedule. They do have some for the unwarranted. Remember, we did that. Watch our video on unwarranted CMP exams. And most of them were for people that had 100% permanent total rating, the most protected rating other than 20-year rule. Ain't that a trip? Now, Junior say, we must wake up, vets. This is obviously screwing the vets. Yes, indeed. Now, listen to what he says here. There no other support anywhere else than here for sure. Because other people aren't going to talk to you. They're only going to talk to you to get, views, attention, your money. And after that, they don't want to be bothered with you. Now, Love, this is the only interactive channel. Love say, thanks everyone for their feedback and support. Everybody show love to Love. This is a double examination, and this is double information they're asking for. So you might be able to use that law, love. So we're gonna go over that because they use this tactic on all of us. Now let us continue.
Were paid nearly 95% of those exams. In December 2024 report, the VA Office of Inspector General, the IG, found that VA spent about $1.4 million on unnecessary exams from April through September 2023.
April to September, they spent how much money on unnecessary exam? They got the number. Look.
From April through September, were paid nearly 95% of those exams. In December 2024 report, the VA Office of Inspector General, the IG, found that VA spent about $1.4 million on unnecessary exams from April.
Now, if they had unnecessary exams, look how many veterans that lost their benefits, they paid money to try to get veterans decreased, to keep veterans from getting their benefits. The VA paid money to fight against the veteran. They used the taxpayer money, our families, to fight against us. Are we the enemy to the VA? Somebody let us know. And Love say, thanks, Betty Box. Enjoy your feedback. Yeah, and listen to that law she put out there, because we're going to go over it on Sunday, Betty Box.
April through September 2023. The total amount of wasted taxpayer dollars each fiscal year is likely much higher. The OIG review did not cover the full fiscal year or examine all types of claims of decisions both approvals and denials. We have heard from
So they don't know how much money they actually spent. Listen to what Junior says. We are the enemy to the VA pockets. Hold on, but they acting like the money is for them. Excuse me? It's their pockets, but it's our money in the pockets. Come on, talk to me. So instead of using that money, I got to come up full screen, family. And I'm not trying to upset you. Oh, man. Instead of using that money, they in our pockets. They talking about we in their pockets. They got our money in their pockets, and we doing a Debo. What you got on my 40 ounce? What you got on my benefits? They saying, no, we're not going to use the money to compensate you. We're going to use the money to fight, send you to another evaluation to keep you from getting your claim approved. We're going to fight your claim for VA compensation by sending you to an unwarranted VA examination. Let's talk about it. And they wouldn't have never snitched on themselves if the Office of Inspector General didn't bring it up, right? Now listen what Charleston says. They got to get rid of VA AG. So who is keeping guard? The chicken coop who keep the chicken coop down in 2025. I think Dougie's doing that when he's not preaching on Sundays. Now Betty Bob say, love, love, I am here. Now, Inspector General, that is, yes. That they make recommendations, but they don't punish the VA. They point out the VA errors, but the Office of Inspector General don't punish them. They just make recommendations. We need to recommend somebody be fired, the person that's making these bad decisions. Don't just try to blanket all of VA employees. You know, I went somewhere to eat, and one person was rude and rushing me, and they ended up getting the order wrong. So I called the manager and told him what happened. He tried to make it that I told the whole staff what happened and how you felt. I said, it wasn't about how I felt. They rushed the one person rushed me, and they got it wrong. But you're trying to bring everybody else into it to diffuse their responsibility of what they did. I said, I didn't have no problem with the other people. They were quite nice and respectful and fixed the order when that person got it wrong because they rushed me. When I say, hey, you know, they wasn't giving me proper orders on what to do. They got a little crazy system there. And so I say, for you to keep trying to cover for that person, they're not going to change because you're letting them know they ain't do nothing wrong. You want everybody to take responsibility for that one individual's action. That's what we got to do at the VA. The person that's filling out them, denying the claims, their name need to be on that claim. What y'all think about that? Do you think they need to put the name of the person that or people, if they have several people looking over your claim, all their signatures need to be on it? Who in there believes that we need a law that says that? He say, MGS say H-Town, I think so in my experience. Okay. And then Love say, so true, Junior, all about VA saving money, deny claims. Then our brother says, Junior said, I don't want to get conspiratorial here, but to be honest, with you, I feel that money is being benefited, not just a VA, but everyone in the government. Okay. On the down low, that's why no one does anything but talk. All they do is a whole bunch of talking. They have about 5 or 6 of these meetings every week about veterans, and ain't nothing changing. They just gonna push it out on down the line. Now Charleston said the VAB is separate from the medical VA for now, but Doug Collins, Dougie said that he wanted the Veterans Benefit Administration and the Veteran VA Hospital to all be under the same leadership and working in one organization. How conflicting would that be? And the Veterans Burial Administration too. But now they're separate. That would be chaos. I don't think he understands how the VA works.
From OIG and the VA employees that overdevelopment mistakes are due to an inadequate training. Claims processors, as well as confusing and
they keep talking about it has something to do with training. They say that about police. Oh, he did what he did because of training. Now, when he go to them suburban neighborhoods, he ain't popping people, blowing people's heads off. He just know where to do it, where he can get away with it. The VA is the same way. They know where to get away with it. They don't need no training. Why are they in the position if they're not trained? Somebody tell me. Come on now. Now listen what he says. Yeah, that would be a real cluster. You know that. And he said it convincingly that he feels that all three of them should be together. Could you imagine if the Veterans Benefits Administration, where you get your VA compensation, was instructing your VA doctor what to write in your file, or saying you need to change it the same way insurance companies tell the same way insurance company tells doctors, oh, we're not approving this, we're not approving that. Oh, we're doing good. Look at this, family. We got 21 likes and 16 watching. Family, thank you so much. Do you know before that last live stream was over, we had over 150 views. So family, we getting there. Now listen what he said. I like this. VA culture is deny and delay claims.
Inconsistent guidance. To address overdevelopment, VA created an overdevelopment reduction task force. This task force recommended dozens of actions, including targeted quality reviews.
They made a task force for overdevelopment. So now somebody else is making extra money off of the money that they supposed to be giving us in our claim. So now they got a task force that's watching the overdevelopment. So the task force is an overdevelopment in itself. How hypocritical is this? You got the fox watching the hen house? Excuse me? Hold on, let's hear this again. Did y'all know anything about overdevelopment watch group? Excuse me. Oh, let me put my face. I don't want to be too loud. Okay.
The total amount of wasted taxpayer dollars each fiscal year is likely much higher. The OIG review did not cover the full fiscal year or examine all types of claims of decisions, both approvals and denials.
I kind of went back, so let's listen to what he's saying about these oversight committees. And let's see what our brothers say here. MG Smith says, H-Town, Dougie believes that those magical mushrooms will cure veterans because JFK said so. Hold on. So that's what they mean by psychedelics? They talking about giving them mushrooms? What is they up to? Now they gonna be the new dope pusher or what? Now Junior say it's like hiring another manager and paying him to oversee a manager. How ridiculous is that? Hey, look, H-Town, you stealing my homespun saying. I'm sorry. I stole it from you. Don't take me to for copyright infringement. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's go with it. Here we go.
We have heard from OIG and the VA employees that overdevelopment mistakes are due to an inadequate training.
Excuses.
Claims processors, as well as confusing and inconsistent guidance. To address overdevelopment, VA created an overdevelopment reduction task.
Inconsistent guidance. Get rid of the people that are inconsistently teaching people. Get rid of the ones that are not properly training. Oh, we doing good, people. Y'all know we used to have 10 to 15. Now we're averaging, I think tonight it got up to 22 people in here. So now we got 22 likes and 20 watching. So you know if it's 22 likes, a lot of people don't like. You got another 25 to 50 watching, family. Come on, let's talk about it.
Task force. This task force review did not cover the full fiscal year or examine all types of claims.
We're going to talk about this task force.
Both approvals and denials. We have heard from OIG and the VA employees that overdevelopment mistakes are due to an inadequate training. Claims processors, as well as confusing and inconsistent guidance. To address overdevelopment, VA created an overdevelopment reduction task force.
Overdevelopment reduction task force. So overdevelopment meaning you got everything you need for the claim to be approved. Then they start asking for extra exams, even though you already did one. They ask you for extra evidence, even though you presented all the evidence you need to. Now they're gonna have this reduction task force that I haven't even heard of them. Who've heard of this reduction task force? If you've heard of the reduction task force, put a Y in the chat. If you ain't heard of no reduction task force that's supposed to help our claims go faster and smoother to keep them from stalling, put a if you haven't heard of it, put an N in the chat. If you've heard of it, put a Y in the chat. I haven't heard of this reduction task force. Huh? They always creating some new task force. H-Town haven't heard of it. Betty haven't heard of it. MGS, who've heard of this reduction task force that the congressman is talking about? Charleston haven't heard of it. Alaskan Ice haven't heard of it. Junior haven't heard of it. Love hadn't heard of it. You know what that means? It's totally worthless if the people that is supposed to know about it, it's totally worthless. What, are they working in some secret room somewhere, doing some spy stuff? What are they doing? Shouldn't we be able to question them and say, hold on, it's acting up a little bit. All right, family. The internet kind of breaking up. So let us continue, family. Love haven't heard of it either. Let us continue, family.
This task force recommended dozens of actions, including targeted quality reviews,
So one thing they offered was targeted quality reviews, whatever that means, this task force.
updating policy guidance, and increased claims processors, as well as confusing and inconsistent guidance. To address overdevelopment, VA created an overdevelopment reduction task force.
Overdevelopment reduction task force. That's a big name, a lot of words.
This task force recommended dozens of actions, including targeted quality reviews.
Targeted quality reviews, okay. Who knows if it's quality? Is it the same quality that the VA gives us on our claim processing? We got our sister Black Ambrosia in here. Thank you, sister. What's going on? We over here talking about this lying government.
Updating policy guidance and increased training. I look forward to hearing from VA today on the progress made in implementing the task force's recommendations. Particularly, I'm interested in whether the VA has implemented a plan to evaluate the effectiveness of its efforts using clear result-driven metrics for success. And I would like to hear about any efforts VA is undertaking to further enhance its strategies to decrease overdevelopment. I look forward to discussing whether VA will implement technology to ensure that every claims processor who overdevelops a claim learns from that mistake.
So not get fired, they learn from the mistake. Let me ask you this here. What do you think needs to be done with somebody that can't do their job? Family? Okay, we're gonna get into it now. This is so much information. We're gonna watch this here. We're gonna cut it right there. We're going to finish watching this on Thursday, part 2. And then we're going to go over the information. But I want to ask y'all something. Everybody show love to Black Ambrosia in the house. She said hi, Black Ambrosia's here. So I want to know, because we talked about it. Junior said, I wouldn't be surprised the VA will create another task force calling for secret squirrel task force to enforce the overdevelopment task force and getting them squared away. Okay. And everybody saying hello. Love say hello to Black Ambrosia. And it say, MG Smith says, they will be high dollar donuts, Krispy Kreme. Now, we got Gary in here. How you doing, Gary? Welcome. Say, hey, girl. Okay. Everybody show love to Gary. And then we got MG Smith says hello. And Alaska Knight said hello, Black Ambrosia. And he said, what's the date of this video? I think it was a couple days ago, not too long ago. Let me look and see what the date is on it. If it's on here. This was recently. This wasn't long ago. I can't. Let me see. This was. It don't show that one. Oh, 3 weeks ago. This happened 3 weeks ago. All right. So we're going to stop right there on that. And we're going to get into the question in here, family. Let's see. Alaska Light said hello, Black Ambrosia. Now, I need to ask y'all this question. How do you know when somebody trying to run game on you? We've been listening to them talk, and they're not talking about firing anybody. And Doug is talking about firing people at the VA, but they're not saying that they're going to fire them based on their performance. They're going to fire people not based on performance, but based on what they think they need at the VA and what they don't need at the VA. Let me ask y'all a question. How do you know when somebody running game on you? How do you know when somebody's trying to talk slick? For the fellas, how do you know if a woman trying to run game on you? For the ladies, how do you know when a man is trying to run game on you? How do you know when your family members are really in need or if they running game on you? How do we know that when the VA is running game on us, or they really trying to help us? What do you look for? What are your cues? Talk to me. Now, look, you say suspension without pay for 8 months if they are not doing their job. That sounds good. Now, listen to Black Ambrosia, what she says. The energy here is always welcoming. See, that's one thing. Now, listen, I like that. That's how you know somebody real. If you have a consistent experience when you come to that place. Let's put it like this here, fam. Can I put it like this here? What good is a restaurant if you go there, sometimes the food is good and other times it's bad? Come on and talk to me. What if you have a good friend, but you can only rely on them sometime, but they're not consistent? Huh? And Love us say hello, Gary. Junior said hello, Black Ambrosia. And Charleston say good evening, Black Ambrosia. She said, I've heard it's really hard to get fired from a government job. Okay, now this is another thing. They have a I don't know if I brought that up, but they have what do you call it? They have a union. Don't they have a union? But what they were saying, you're going to see that on the one of the videos that I'm going to show you. The union can't do certain things. They can't strike a picket in the federal government. So I don't know what the use of the union is. Now I need to get me one so I can work half A for full pay. Oh, God, this girl cutting up in here. I hear you, Black Ambrosia. Now, Charlton say when they talk general, make big claims, and say little effort needed. Ah, how you know when they run a game, family? Ha ha, like the chow hall. Okay, I don't know what that means. All right, now, what you mean by that? I don't know what you mean here. Now, okay, family. What here's the thing. What steps do you take to protect yourself from somebody that says that they're here to help you? Or do you have to just open up and take the risk? Let us know. Come on now, family. Now listen what Alaskan Knight said. Factors that can delay your VA claim. Several issues can slow down the claims process. Complexity of claim with multiple conditions and conditions requiring detailed medical evidence like sleep apnea secondary to PTSD. Take longer to review. CMP exam documentation. Okay, CMP exam documentation through the accurate documentation by your examiner is crucial. Incomplete and unclear reports can result in requests for additional exams. Now, let me ask y'all this here. Dragging out the timeline, the VAB workload and staffing, overwhelming regional offices with significant backlogs or understaffing teams. But my question for y'all is this here. Who's responsible? When you at a job, could the supervisor say, well, everything ain't going right and it's not all my fault? Isn't it the supervisor's responsibility to make sure everything's running well, holding the staff accountable? Let us know. Backlog. Expected everyone to delay. Okay, hold on. Expect even more delays during the holidays. That's right. Additional evidence requests. The VA may request more evidence to clarify inconsistencies and strengthen your claims. If there's a conflict between your submitted evidence and the CMP exam results, expect delays. Now, how can you deal with a group that you don't have confidence in? If you don't have confidence in the VA, how can you deal with people that you don't have confidence in, but you may have to work with them? Come on, talk to me. You might have to need them to help complete a task. How do you deal with that? You always there for the person, but when you need them, every excuse in the world, their baby toe hurts. So what do you do when you can't rely on people? Just like we can't rely on the VA. What do you do? Do you cut them off? Do you call them out? What do you do, family? When somebody's inconsistent, unreliable, like the VA is to us, hit or miss. That ain't the way to deal with claims. Talk to us. Let me put the music back on. Yeah, that's not a way to deal with VA claims. That's not a way. Look, if we came in with inconsistent evidence, they just gonna deny us. They want consistency from us. Do what? What Erica? I forget how to say her name. She said you need to call Tyrone, but don't use my phone. What I do understand, what I don't understand is, let me get one. Let me pull this over here. I'll make this first. What I don't understand is what they want us to go above and beyond with evidence, but when it comes to them, they can't account for all of those billions they acquired. So they hold us to a standard, but don't hold themselves to a standard. Is that what you're saying? Let me see. Okay, I got the music on. Okay. Now, Alaskan Ice says they work in teams. The trainer gives them as many claims a day. Okay. They have to finish. Okay, they have to finish so many a day. Sometimes they do the claim with one or two items on their numbers up. Okay. Sometimes they may have different people working on it. Now, Love say, well said, Alaskan Ice. Junior says that, let me make this bigger where I can understand. The VA is smart. They know that we need them. What do you do when a person knows you need them? Huh? And you rely on them for certain things like shelter. You rely on them for their help you with their finances, but they kind of leverage that against you. Huh? They have you jumping through hurdles. How the VA treat us? Okay, the VA is smart. They know that we need them, so they want us to bend one knee and kiss the ring and stay quiet. Can you kiss the ring and stay quiet? Can you go along to get along? This is my question. Okay, that's why we're glad you speak out, H-Town. I got to do it. Come on now, family. Now listen, Alaskan Ice say they spread the higher level review out to the regional office. Now they're talking about trying to keep them in one regional office where it's at. They're talking about trying to just keeping it to stop sending your claims. If you're in that regional office, let them process it there. Now they say they spread the high level reviews out to regional offices that don't normally do them because they were getting backed up.